back to it. What's going on, YouTube? We are just getting started. We are back with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. You already know we got the TikTok live here. Hopefully in the next 15 days, we will still have the TikTok live here. TikTok, just in case we do lose TikTok, because the ban is technically supposed to go into, or the extension is done June 17th, which there has been talks that it will be extended again. So I guess we'll keep pushing another 75 days, God willing. But just in case, make sure you guys are subscribed to the YT channel at Luke Basha. Lost, thank you for sharing the live, my boy. Oopsies. I went and changed the map price and suddenly it says inactive for compliance. Yeah, I would just resubmit the compliance documents. You could try to create a case with Amazon to like argue with them and say I still would like that you already submitted your compliance documents, but at the end of the day, like if they're just requiring it, you might as well submit it and create a case with Amazon telling them that your product was already approved. I applied for AMZ mentorship, but didn't get any call. Nawaz, they are not going to call you, my friend. This is what I was saying earlier. You guys, we don't accept like 90% of people who apply, Nawaz. So I can go through and show you guys what it looks like. But the thing is, it's not like, oh, I applied and then boom, they're going to call me. If you qualify for the main mentorship, once you fill out that questionnaire, you're going to see the calendar page. The calendar page is where you would book a time, and then you would get an email saying, hey, you booked your call. This is the time. Here's the Zoom link. And then at the time of your scheduled call is when you would hop on the call with my team. But it's not like I applied and then boom, team is going to just necessarily reach out. There are a few things. There's actually one disqualifier question. If you answer this certain question a certain way, then you don't qualify for the mentorship. That's where 90% of people do not qualify for it. There's some requirements that we do require for people to be dialed in with in order to join. If that wasn't the case, we would have way more students than 300. If you want, I'll show you really quickly, and then y'all feel free to keep asking your questions. I have to turn the green screen off to show this. So, AMZ Masterclass mentorship. Yes, I want to apply. Boom. You'll go through this quick questionnaire. Oh, hold on. There we go. Sorry, don't want you guys to see the text. Oh, hold on. Sorry, don't want you to see my text. My phone's on Do Not Disturb. I don't know why I'm getting text right now. All right, so you'd go through the quick questionnaire. Obviously, I'm just speed running this. Make sure that you guys actually fill this out properly. Okay. Oh my goodness, a million notifications right now. Hold on. This is the part where I don't want to dox my phone number and information to all of you. So skip those questions and then boom. Yes, I accept. Submit. Wait. And then this is the calendar page right here. So you guys would pick any of the times available here. Schedule your call, and then that's when you would be locked in, and that's when you would be reached out to from the team. Nawaz, if you want to send me a message on TikTok, I can see what's up with you, brother. And explain it a little bit more in detail for you. Do I have to send you the product for those product main images? No, you would have to take pictures in-house, and then from there, you just send your product on a white background, and that is how you would get the main image done. If you guys notice, not a single picture, or maybe not a single, but 99% of the pictures on Amazon, like the main images, they don't look like this, right? It doesn't look as if I literally just took the picture and then boom, there's the product. They're all edited. So it's 3D rendered. Let's clean the screen. It's 3D rendered on a white background. What percentage are successful? I would say definitely over 50%. I don't have all the data on all the students because there's some students, like I've had students where they join, maybe they'll get product selection or reach out a couple of times and then they launch and then I'll never hear from them. And then all of a sudden, you know, weeks or months later, they're like, oh, look at what I'm doing, look at the results. And then not necessarily every student tells me if they fail, but it is over a 50% success rate. But a lot of that has to do with the differentiator that you pick, how you market the product, how you optimize the product. I just got off a call literally 10 minutes ago, got off the call with one of my students, and he's dialed in. He has a great product, a great differentiator, but he was having a little bit of trouble with PPC. So I took the time today to help him out because I want to see all my students win. But the success rate is much higher if you actually, you know, dial things in. If you follow the steps, because I think I talked about this morning, or maybe it was yesterday. No, it was last night. I think I want to make video because you guys see all the student successes, and I'm not going to put any student on blast or anything like that. But I do think that I'm going to start posting students who have failed. Again, not their names or like messages or like nothing proprietary. I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but I do think that people learn from mistakes of others. That's how I learned. I learned from the mistakes of my cousins. So there are definitely, there's not a single program, course, mentorship, one-on-one call that you'll book with someone where there's 100% success rate. I was actually just watching this coach who coaches other coaches. And even he talks about it. He's like, it's impossible to have a 100% success rate. If it was, then I would literally be as rich as Jeff Bezos. I would tell everybody I have a 100% success rate. If you, I'm not saying this, by the way, this is hypothetical. I have a 100% success rate. If you join my program, you're guaranteed to make this much. Who wouldn't join? If I had a 100% success rate, all you had to do was invest the money. But that's not the case. So I'm not as rich as Jeff Bezos. At that point, my mentorship would be, okay, so Nawaz, you didn't qualify for the main mentorship, brother. I can have the team reach out to you. Still, like I said, send me a message on TikTok. I'll have the team reach out to you. But that's where you didn't qualify for the main mentorship, because the mentorship is obviously a paid program, so it costs some money. And we want to make sure that people actually, because I'm not going to just take people's money who, if they don't have the money to start selling on Amazon either. There's certain scenarios where maybe somebody's like, hey, listen, I want to join and I'm going to be saving up while I learn. If to learn about the mentorship more in depth, y'all, the best way is to hop on a call with the team. Go through the application, go to the calendar page, book the call. And in terms of payment plans, we'll do a split payment for you, but I'm not going to do like a 6-month or a 12-month payment plan. So no, that's not something that we offer. But a few split payments to make the upfront cost a little bit less, yes, we will work with you on in that regard. Let's go. Also, y'all, I posted a gem video on the page today. 3 gem videos on the page today. Last video, not including pin videos, is how one Amazon product pays for my beautiful vacation to beautiful Auckland, New Zealand. Y'all are about to start seeing some Auckland content. You guys are like, Luke, you're not in Auckland right now. I know. I don't post. I'm very weird. I know a lot of creators do this, but I've also seen it backfire on a lot of creators. I'll never post where I am when I'm there. So if I post that I'm in Tonga, you guys see a video of that I'm in Tonga. I'm no longer in Tonga. If you guys see that I'm in Auckland, New Zealand in the videos, I'm no longer in Auckland, New Zealand, because the internet, I'm not saying any of y'all are probably amazing people, but the internet is a weird. We're not gonna dox myself, show my hotel or my Airbnb or something like that. Thanks. How much should we account for the first order? I would say like 3K USD, 5. That would be for your cost of goods, shipping of the product. If you were going to go like the trademark route, LLC route, and a few other things, you'd probably want a little bit more because a trademark itself is going to cost 1K. That obviously doesn't go to me. That's through a trademark office or Amazon brand registry program, which with all the new incentives that Amazon is offering with brand registry, I do highly, highly, highly recommend it. They're essentially paying people to get brand registered on Amazon now. And second to last video that I posted is how to navigate the tariffs as an Amazon seller. The tariffs are no longer something that anyone should be worried about. They're down to 30%. It's very, very, very manageable. The way that we're helping the students navigate the tariffs in the mentorship, most people haven't even felt it. I remember like when they first got announced, I'm actually surprised that we don't see as many tariff questions anymore. But when they first got announced, every single person, every other person, and every other question in the live was, how is the tariffs affecting your business? Are the tariffs destroying your profit? This, that? No. I didn't even feel the effects of the tariffs. And while everybody was panicking, I was looking for more products to launch. While everybody was putting their business on hold, I was expanding my business. And this is something that like the 10X Rule and Be Obsessed or Be Average, 2 books that I really like talk about, is when the world is retreating is probably a good time to double down. Like when everybody was talking about the market, oh my gosh, the market, we're going to go into the Great Recession. I was like, things are on sale, right? And I just made a bunch of money from doing nothing, right? Oh, you mean my investments that I had were down 20%, so I can just go invest more money, and then as soon as they inevitably go back up, I will have an instant 20%. How often does the market go up 20% just like that, right? So when everybody else is retreating is usually a good time for opportunity to be made. Successful people realize that. Your average Joe, sorry if your name is Joe, I'm not trying to big on you. But your average Joe doesn't consider that. And they love the doomsday advice. So they love the doomsday headlines. Hey, Luke, how's it going? What up, my guy? How are they paying people to get brand registered? If you get brand registered within your first 90 days of starting your Amazon account, they are going to give you 10% back on your first $50,000 in sales, 5% back on your first $1 million in sales within the first year. They're giving you $200 credit towards Vine, $100 credit towards ads, $50 credit towards coupons. Just the credits that you get alone add up to like $550. So you pay $1,000 for the trademark. You get $550 in credits. Just like, again, ads, Vine program, all of that. And then you can potentially make 5% back on your first $1 million in sales, which equals equals $50,000. So $50,000 in incentives plus $550 in credits that you can use right off the jump from Amazon. So it's almost like a no-brainer, to be honest. You can do brand registry whenever, but keep in mind it's within the first 90 days of you starting your account. So if it's past 90 days, you'll no longer be eligible for those incentives. Like we did the incentives on the new account, which I've been lagging on an update on. I will be making an update soon, God willing. I'm going to mainly do that series more on YouTube now. So that's another thing why you guys should subscribe. Trying to bring the audience over. Everybody loved that series. So if you love that series, go subscribe to the YT channel. But yeah, but I mean, is there any big risks? No, not necessarily. So on our first product right now that we have on that account, our FBA fees are supposed to be like $20-something. We're getting $6 rebates per unit sold on FBA fees. Imagine saving $6. Imagine having a $9 product with the cost of goods and getting a $6 rebate back. That's essentially exactly the scenario that we're in right now. So for me, it was a no-brainer. Helps margins, can lower the price if we wanted to be at a more competitive price. There's just so many different aspects in that regard. So yeah, I think it is a no-brainer, especially like if you're like, oh, I'm going to launch a product on Amazon and then we'll see, maybe depends on how it goes. Then I'll fully commit to be an Amazon seller. Maybe brand registry is not ideal. The advice that I used to give was wait till you get proof of concept until you get brand registered. Over the years, that advice has switched. So what's a good price to sell on Amazon if it costs $8? It depends. There's a lot of factors in this. Again, guys, like life isn't black and white, especially in business. If you get an $8 product, it also matters what the average price in the market is. It matters what your profit margin is. There's a lot of factors in this because I could tell you a price, but then if you're like, okay, I have to stick to the price that Luke told me because you now are in this box, right? The box of what I said. And then all of a sudden you're at 10% margins and that doesn't make any sense to go launch that product. Action, at the end of the day, you guys, action is how you figure it out. You guys can be up in the live every day, 6 days a week, listen to me for an hour every single day. And it's not going to do you any better than just taking the action to launch the product. Go calculate your margins, go get quotes from a manufacturer, go do product research, all of these things. And I'm not saying you, Nawaz, this is just generally speaking. Too many people are in this lifestyle of mental master, I'm not going to finish the word, where they feel like they need more information. They need more information in order to take action. Most of you do not need any more information in order to take action. Literally, you need zero more information. You know what the good product criteria is. You know how to do product research. You know how to create an Amazon seller account. You know, or you should know how to differentiate a product. Now it's just about doing the thing. It's almost like reading a book on how to play football or baseball or insert whatever your favorite sport is. You could read and read and read. Okay, these are the rules of football. This is what happens if you're offsides. This is what happens if this happens. This is how many yards a touchdown is. This is how far I have to throw the ball. This is how, you know what I mean? You could read all the information, but it does nothing for you until you get out on the field. You can read all the books on weightlifting. You could read all the books on a sport, and it's not going to make you any better of a player. You already know the information. You know the fundamentals. So the answer to that question is start getting quotes from manufacturers, calculate your margin, go look at the average cost in the market or average price in the market, see how your product matches up with your competition, and then you go from there. That is the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. That is the name of the game. I swear, the way that I talk probably turns off so many people because they want to be coddled and they want to be told what to do. Let me actually read some things really quick. So these are some, hold on, let me find this document that I had. Hold on, it's worth it for me to find it. If I can find it, maybe I won't be able to. I have so many notes. My notes app is probably my most used app on my computer. I should probably organize it more as well, but let me search it. Where did you get the lion statue in the back? It's sick. Take a guess. Everybody take a guess. I'm going to tell you, Pranav. Good to see you, by the way, brother. But everyone take a guess where I got it. think about what this live is about. Okay, I want to read this. I got it from Amazon, bro. How do I go about acquiring a product requiring 510K approval? What's 510K approval? That's an approval that I've never heard of. What business model are you doing, Paris? And what kind of product is it? Okay. So these are emotional handcuffs as to why people won't start. So they've seen too many fake gurus, scams, and courses that they're skeptical about, and just another person claiming that this is the blueprint on what to do. Fear of failure. They're afraid to invest time and money and still not see results. Many worry they're not tech savvy or business minded enough to succeed. They're overwhelmed. So there's too much conflicting info out there. They're stuck in analysis paralysis, and they don't know what to follow. Time limitations. They doubt that they have enough time to actually build a business while doing school or another job. And then, is it too good to be true? There's a million reasons as to why people will not ever go take action on this, why people will not actually ever go do this. And it's okay. Good for those people. While everybody else is retreating, I will continue. For every person who decides that, oh no, I'm too scared to start selling on Amazon, I just find more success in Amazon. Not that anybody's success or failures dictates mine, but the point is I continue to grow. Everybody else continues to retreat. It is the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be a retreater. It's not going to do you any good in life. Hold on. Ooh. Also, this did confirm we're probably going to stop the nighttime lives, you guys. What up, Frank, in the YT chat? We're probably going to stop the YT lives just because it's like almost like the same circuit. I love all of y'all. I appreciate everybody rocking with me, but it's like the same circuit of the same people in the lives. So we got to get some fresh faces. So we're going to start doing early morning lives between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Obviously not early morning for East Coast. But yeah, we're going to change the live time. So if you guys do still want to see the lives, just keep in mind that, and if you're like, why isn't Luke going live anymore? It is because I will be doing lives earlier in the day going forward. You feel me? Also, y'all, hit that share button. What are we doing? How do we have 4.1K likes and 3 shares? Make sure y'all hit that share button. Let's get this going. And be sure to check out the last TikTok video if you want to see how one Amazon product paid for my vacation in Auckland, New Zealand. I break down the numbers for everybody to go see. I show you guys where we stayed in New Zealand. My third to last video is a hotel tour where we stayed in Auckland. I don't know, do we like the travel content on this main page? I'm trying to make the main page more of like just my page, not just like Amazon, especially because we are going to be starting a new business, and I'll be making Amazon and that new business content on here as well. But what do we think? Because I have Luke Basha Travels. That's one of my pages. Do we just throw all the travel content there? Would you guys rather just see business content here? Or do you guys like the lifestyle content as well? if enough people say keep it to the travel channel, we'll do just the travel channel and keep this all business. But if everybody likes to see a little bit of my day-to-day life that I show them, then we will also keep that content here. Also, y'all, I already went live today, so if y'all have no more questions, then I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, unless we have more questions. Let me know. We had a great, see, this is what I'm saying. We had a pop-in live this morning, but we get the same. I love all of y'all. I don't want you guys to not be in the live, but we get the same people in the lives because I go live the same time every day. So we shall see. Or maybe we do. I'm down to do some live product research today, but y'all have to get us to. You got to get us to 5K likes and 50 shares in the next 4 minutes. Little side note about the shares, if you click the share button and click copy link, it counts as a share. But if we don't get it in the next 4 minutes, then we will not do live product research. But if you guys want to see exactly how I do product research, then make sure to hit the share button and tap the screen for the likes. It's up to y'all. I know how to do product research. I know how to analyze products. So if y'all want to see it, hit the share button and like the live. I know we'll get to the like goal. I don't know if we'll get to the share goal. Very easy. I've seen us get 50 shares in 5 seconds before. But I'll just wait and see. If not, then I'll see y'all tomorrow. Nawaz wants to see it. Shout out to Nawaz. Let me know. What up, Juke? Good to see you, my guy. Let me know, everybody. So we hit 5K, or we're about to hit 5K likes, 50 shares. We're only at 4 shares. If you hit the share button, which is probably right here, and you click copy link, you can click it as many times as you want. Counts as a share. Good weekend. Hot as heck on my side of the town this weekend. Yes, sir. It was a very blessed weekend. What did I do? Oh, yeah, I went to my little cousin's birthday. A little story about that. I think I briefly told it before I left for the party, but I was so locked in on business that I kind of disregarded family for a few years. This was also something that I was saying a little bit earlier on this morning's live, but I was so locked in that I just disregarded family. I skipped events. I skipped birthday parties. I skipped graduations. I skipped weddings. And I'm like sitting there on Thanksgiving talking to my little cousin. I'm like, how old are you now? She's like, I'm 7. And I look at her parents. I'm like, she's 7? They're like, yeah, that's what happens when you're not around. And I felt really bad. So I'm trying to invest more into that side of the family. So, yeah, you also have to enjoy life as well. But I don't think a lot of people understand what it takes to be successful. I want to do FBA too, not going to lie. Nice, brother. You have come to the right place. And it's always a great time to start selling on Amazon, in my opinion, regardless of what the naysayers say. It's too saturated. It doesn't work. Blah, 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 blah. That's bollocks. But yeah, I don't think that most people understand what it takes to be successful. Like, you guys probably see money/success doesn't bring happiness. We were talking about this morning too, Juke. Okay, let me give you the other end of the sword. Money doesn't bring happiness, but does poverty bring happiness? Does stressing about bills bring happiness? If somebody that you love, let's say a parent, for example, who helped raise you, or an uncle or whatever, if somebody all of a sudden didn't properly prepare for their retirement or for the end of their life, not the end of their life, but towards the end of their life, does not being able to help them bring happiness? Got a question in the YT chat. Is it still worth launching a product in business, Amazon business in the US, with everything going on with the tariffs? Charlie, I literally just posted a video today on YouTube, how to navigate the tariffs as an Amazon seller. I've been selling on Amazon for 6 years. I have had every single problem in the book ever happen to me, from failed products to losing money to account shut down to product shut down to product suspended. The tariffs have been the least of my worries. I have not been affected by the tariffs in the way that people think. The tariffs are the boogeyman. The news, the headlines will tell you how bad the tariffs are and how it's going to destroy businesses. And I'm sure I've heard scenarios of people who, had a bunch of inventory ordered. It was already on the ship, and then they had to pay these tariffs. Those are a little bit different of scenarios. I've lost no sleep and no money over the tariffs. I heard you can see fast results in sales. I mean, it's not a get-rich-quick thing fully. Like, be prepared to give your all to a bit to the business. It's not like this half-a measure thing. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not going to start your first month on Amazon and be a millionaire and retire and quit your job. You know what I mean? Like, it takes time to start a business. I'm going to check out the video right now, bro. Appreciate you, Charlie. Make sure you drop a like on the video. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to chasing money continuously, more and more and more. That I agree with, Juke. Yes, at some point it's like, and I fall victim to this sometimes too. You want to get to one level. You think that level will make you happy. Then you get there, and then you have to get to the next level, and you think that'll make you happy. And then you get there, and then you're like, I'll get to this level, and then I'll be happy. If you have that kind of mindset, it's you're on the same hamster wheel as everybody else. Like, you can't even hate on somebody who works a 9-to-5 job and say that they're in the rat race when you're essentially playing the same game. How many other sellers is too many sellers for an Amazon listing? For me, one seller on one Amazon listing. I do private label free, so I'm not competing with anybody else on the same listing as I am. And that's exactly what takes you away from family and friends. Yeah, I shared this story this morning. I think we have a different crowd tonight. But in 2022, I got in a pretty nasty car accident. I probably shouldn't have walked away breathing from that accident, if I'm being honest with you. But by the grace of God, I only had a few bruises, like on my shoulder and chest from the seatbelt. Like that, the impact was so hard, the seatbelt hitting me bruised me. But everything else, thank God, I was good. When the impact happened, I got out of the car. I was like flustered. I was like, what just happened? It was like that thing where people say like your life flashes before your eyes. Very true, because like within a millisecond saw that the impact was going to happen, and it was like just like a Rolodex of thoughts. Like I probably had a million thoughts in that 1 millisecond. It was kind of surreal. Let me get to this question and I'll finish that story. How long does it take to scale be profitable on new products? It depends. I usually say like 3 to 5 reorders for you. You could be profitable from day one, but taking profits and putting it in your pocket, your bank account, living off of it, you will probably want to wait like 3 to 5 reorders, because you need to reinvest into the business to get the business to a sustainable point where you can actually take money from it. But yeah, 2022, I get in the accident and I'm sitting there reflecting after. I had no car. I couldn't go anywhere. So I was just sitting at home reflecting. Peace. Good to see you. Thank you for sharing the live. And I'm like, oh man, I could have went that day. Like that could have been my last day here on earth. And it kind of had this very, very, very weird experience almost like a trip, like an actual trip. I love e-commerce too, Jack. Good to see you, my guy. So I'm looking around my apartment and I'm like, man, I would, if I went that day, I would have spent my entire, like all of this work that I put in to get to this point, to become financially free, and all for what? For me to be behind four walls. I didn't count the roof and the ceiling. The roof and the floor, not roof and ceiling. But all for me to just be trapped within four walls. And, I had to sacrifice that time with my family. I had to sacrifice those events. I had to drop a lot of friends, which you realize they're not actually your friends because they were only there during the party. When I stopped partying, when I stopped going out, they all, certain people start talking smack. They're like, oh, Luke's weird. Why doesn't he come out? He thinks he's better than us, all this stuff. All right, whatever. You guys are wallpaper. I don't mind what the wallpaper says when I walk in the room or what the wallpaper thinks. But I give up all these things just for me to be behind four walls. And I made it a point after that day to actually go and experience life. That's why even like the materialistic stuff I don't care about. Imagine that car was a Lamborghini and I totaled it, right? Okay, you get the insurance money, whatever. But if I get crushed, if that car gets crushed and I, take my last breath in that accident, what was the car for? Are people going to remember me for all the Lamborghinis that I had or whatever? No, it's the experiences. That is why I travel the world. Will the tariffs hurt FBA? No, I've literally not felt the effects of the tariffs even a little bit. It's the boogeyman, you guys. You guys know how like they talk about the boogeyman, but the boogeyman's not actually under your bed. The tariffs, they're like they're coming for you. They're coming for you. The tariffs are not creeping under your bed looking to destroy your business. Jack, I don't know if you saw, but that got backtracked. So for those of you guys who don't know, last week, I think it was like around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the federal appeals court said, Trump, your tariffs are illegal. You can't do them. And everybody was like, yeah, the tariffs are gone. And then less than 24 hours later, an appeal court said, nope, they're not illegal. Tariffs are back on. So it's like this weird roller coaster. One of my students, Airstick, he talks about how this is the year of the tariff circus. You guys can't even, it's hard for me to make videos on them. It's funny because I recorded the video that I just posted on YouTube today, how to navigate tariffs as an Amazon seller. My editor was editing it. And then literally like a couple days later, tariffs get banned or tariffs get blocked. So no more tariffs. And I tell them, I'm like, hey, bro, we got to scrap this video. And then 24 hours later, tariffs are back on. I'm like, hey, bro, we're not going to scrap this video. So it's back. All the questions you've answered on this live are helping me change my life. I wouldn't forget you, bro. I appreciate that, brother. Is it necessary to apply for brand registry? It's not necessary, but I do recommend it. First time listing my own product, but I want to skip the brand registry. I mean, you can. It's not a requirement, but I do recommend it. I do recommend it. Actually, I think we're going to end the live. Y'all make sure to go check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. I hope everyone has a blessed day, blessed weekend, or blessed week. I'll be on live. I was on live like an hour earlier as well. So be sure to go check that out, and I will see y'all soon. 5K on infographics is literally crazy, bro. Message me. I'll help you with that.